Welcome to this symposium run by Genspect, and the idea is, as it says, to improve support for gender questioning students on campus, and it's a college symposium. We're very excited to present this. We're very keen to make sure that any students who might be attending colleges anywhere in the US or in Canada get the best help and support that they might get. And I'm sure everybody who's attending is aware that there's been a huge uptick in the numbers. And so therefore there's a greater need, and also there's more questions. We're hoping that there will be perhaps some questions might be answered, but you might even leave this symposium with more questions than answers. That doesn't matter, because the whole point of it is to, bring some education on this subject and to cover a range of topics, as it says there, to help you be best prepared to support gender questioning students on campus. And nobody is saying here that we have all the answers. We're not even trying to answer all the questions. What we're trying to do is make sure that we're provoking thought, and we're coming to this with an open atmosphere that will certainly have the best approach to perhaps meeting needs. Because if you're open and if you bring empathy and compassion into any gender questioning student, you will probably meet their needs better than slamming an answer at anybody. I'm a psychotherapist, so I suppose I'm very into making sure that we meet the needs of whoever's in front of us. I do think it's very hard to be a student these days. I think there's an awful lot of pressure and an awful lot of intensity around success and around performance. And so it can lead to a lot of stress. And I think it's very important that we make sure that we, meet all the students' needs. So there's lots of speakers that we have lined up. We're going to start off with Aaron Kimberley. Aaron Kimberley is a registered nurse from Canada, and he's a trans man. And the name of his talk is Under the Trans Umbrella. Then myself, I'm a psychotherapist, and my talk is called You May Ask Yourself, How Did We Get Here? Anybody who knows Talking Heads might recognize the reference. Obviously, I'm a boomer. Julia Mason is a very well-respected and much valued colleague in Genspect, as is Aaron Kimberley, and a pediatrician. And the focus on her talk will be the college students' developing brain. And then Dr. Paul Hrues is going to talk about the biology of cross-sex hormones and get into the actual nitty-gritty around what happens when somebody takes cross-sex hormones. Dr. Paul Hrues' specialization is endocrinology, among other specializations. And then Ernie Tracus, the attorney, is going to discuss federal guidelines, regulatory compliance, and litigation risks. And finally, we're going to have two presentations from two different detransition women that we know, Michelle and Laura, and they're going to discuss the detransitioner experience. After that, we'll have Q&A, and we will also be providing lots of links to organizations where you can find more resources. I talked about how there might be more questions than answers. You'll certainly find a lot of resources in the links we provide. And not only that, there will be polls during our symposium, and we'd love if people would take part in them. I think it's very important that people are aware that there is a kind of a lot of unanswered questions, because there's very much a lack of an evidence base. And as a result, we're making sure that we ask people the questions so that we can find out